And these are, that's nice. 3 electric motors.
3 electric motors.
And all-wheel drive. So this is what I'm talking about. Hey everybody, Brooks from Drag Times here. Welcome to the channel. That's right, you saw the title of the video, my first hypercar. And if you saw the previous video where I got pricing on the Bugatti Chiron, and that was pretty outrageous to lease that car. Unfortunately, no, I am not bringing a Bugatti Chiron to the channel. That lease deal was pretty outrageous. The reality of what a $3.3 to $3.5 million car would really cost if you were to lease it. I mean, I did the calculations. It was actually wrong on the video. It's about $300 a mile to drive that car for the 24-month lease. And I did some interesting numbers. And just to drive it to the drag strip and back and make a couple runs from my house, that would cost over $50,000 for one trip to the drag strip in the Bugatti Chiron. I mean, it's crazy. I mean, for $50,000, I could buy a tow truck and a trailer outright and trailer it there and save some money, but nevertheless, I don't have room for that in the garage, and I'm just not ready to spend that kind of cash. However, I do have a hypercar coming to the channel. I'm super excited to share that with you today. But the hypercar I did order a couple months ago is the Ferrari SF90 Stradale, and I guess a lot of people go into what constitutes a hypercar. To me, it's about 1,000 horsepower and some outrageous performance, and that's what the SF90 does for a fraction of the price of what other hypercars are. In today's video, I'm gonna go over my exact spec of what I'm ordering and exactly what it costs, and I just got an update of when it's gonna be built and when I could possibly have it here in my garage. So before we get to that, just a quick background. I've always been interested in the first kind of hybrid supercar or hypercar, and that was basically the P1 or the 918 Spider LaFerrari. All of those were way out of my price range. I was always just in the first affordable one. And that was what I thought was going to be the Nissan GTR. I had 3 Nissan GTRs in the past, and I thought Nissan was going to be the first one to come out with somewhat affordable hybrid supercar, hypercar. They still haven't done that. Yes, the Acura NSX came out. That to me was pretty much complete flop, and I think the sales of that car pretty much demonstrated and validated that. 3 electric motors, twin turbo V6, all-wheel drive. It had all the makings of an awesome supercar, but I don't know what happened. That car's just not fast at all. Onto the Ferrari. Yes, it's a lot more money, but it's got 1,000 horsepower, an 8-speed dual clutch transmission, electric motors, all-wheel drive. It's got everything that I've always wanted in a car, and I'm lucky enough to be in a position where I can actually order, afford, and drive this car. I've got some PDFs here that I can open up when I designed the car with Ferrari. So first here, I'm going to open up, this is the pricing PDF, and unfortunately it was a scan that came in, and luckily I have this really awesome software I use. It's called PDFelement, and it's got this OCR function up here. So all I do is click on that, click on English, hit Perform OCR. It's going to zoom through and in no time convert this scan into actual text, so I can actually search the document, find the prices I'm looking for, and share it with you. So boom, there you go. In a few short moments, it is done. Now this PDF is completely searchable and readable with all the pricing. As you can see, we can scroll down. All the options are listed here with the pricing. This PDFelement software is just awesome. I've got the other document up right here that you can see where I will show you all of the summary of the options that I have here, all the pictures, and all the pricing. This PDFelement software lets you search through the document. You can actually export into all these different formats, do the OCR, you can fill out forms. It's really awesome. I actually have a code in the link description. If you want to buy PDFelement software, you can get 50% off using the Drag Times code. So wherever you PDF, own it. Head down, check out PDFelement, use that 50% coupon, and get a great deal on awesome PDF software. All right, so let's just jump into the configuration. This is the PDF that was generated for my time spent at Ferrari of Palm Beach in their design studio. I'll put up a couple clips at the end of the video of the design process. It's not that exciting. I'd rather just talk to you about it, go through the options, explain why I got them, and then the final price of this car, which you will see is pretty reasonable given the level of performance that this car is going to have. So here you go, SF90 Stradale. Scroll down here. I don't think anyone's surprised that I went with red. This is the same color red that you can see in the background here. There's my F8 Tributo. This is the Rosso Scuderia. It's a brighter red, little orange tinge into it, which I'm super happy with this. And obviously I'm not going to keep the F8 when I get the SF90, so I'm going to keep the same theme. So that is a no cost option to get that color. Also, this black roof, as you saw that I wanted to do on the F8, which I just haven't gotten around to doing it yet, is $12,000 option on the F8, but free on the SF90, and I think it just looks awesome. So I'm going with the free blackout roof option on the SF90. Keep scrolling down, still haven't gotten to any cost options yet. And here we go with the first set. So these are the diamond cut wheels that you can see right here. And that comes in at a cost of $8,606. And when I found out in the design studios that if you want the diamond cut wheels, for some reason, I have no idea why, they make you spend another $1,687 on titanium lug nuts. Now, yes, it will save some weight. No, it's not worth it, and I definitely would not have gotten that. The only thing I can think of is the titanium matches the diamond cut wheels of some shape or form or whatever. But nevertheless, the wheels combined are the 8606 plus the 1687. Pretty pricey for wheels and lug nuts. On to other things that are cost option is the yellow calipers. That is an option right here, which you see will cost $2,278. For some reason, it costs more to paint these calipers than those calipers. Why, I have no idea. And then, of course, you got to have these Scuderia shields on the side here. What's a Ferrari without those? That is going to cost you, or me, another $1,856 for that. And that is it for the outside of the car. Note, there is one other thing. If you scroll in the back right here, I had trouble deciding between the black ceramic coated tips or the titanium tips. I did get titanium tips on the 765 because I saw some pictures and they actually do turn purple. However, when I was speccing out the SF90, they had an F8 Spider there with the titanium tips, which is more money than the black ceramics here, and they weren't turning any colors, and that car was driven pretty hard. So I felt like that was a waste of money, and actually the black ceramic tips with the black roof and the black kind of diffusers down here matches really well. So that is a charge of, let's see, ceramic exhaust pipes, $1,687 for that. That wraps up the entire outside package of the car that costs any money. Over here you can see the black roof. I was considering right here getting the carbon air intake fins or whatever you want to call that. I do have that on the F8 right here. However, that's because the F8, if you don't get that option, is red, and I wanted to break up the side. However, on the SF90 they're already black. So I'm going to skip that option and not have to pay for that. Onto the front, here's a nice front view of the SF90 Stradale. There are some more carbon options you can get. You can get an Assetto Fiorino option, which drops some weight. It's like $70,000. I'm skipping that. I don't believe I need it. But let's keep scrolling down. There's another picture of the diamond cut wheels, the titanium lug nuts, and the yellow brake calipers, and the Scuderia shields right there. So on to the interior options here. I went with the carbon fiber racing seats is what I have in the F8 as well. That is a little more money in this car. It is $10,124. And then I did some colored Alcantara details for another $1,181. And I did the prancing horse headrest. That's right here. If you want this stitched in, that'll cost you more money. That's another $1,266. The racing seat lifter. So with the carbon fiber racing seats, if you want to be able to raise the driver's seat up and down, that will cost you another $2,531. I don't think I need that, but supposedly for resale, that's a really important option to have. So why not? I'll throw that in there as well. Other interior options, if we scroll down, is the carbon fiber driving LED zone. So that's a pretty pricey option down here at $7,593. That's carbon fiber here, the steering wheel, the shift lights at the top here light up like you've seen on my F8, and so forth. And there might be a color couple of other carbon options you might not be able to see right here. I also added some red stitching, which you can see in the steering wheel and in some of this leather options here. I don't believe I got that priced out on this actual sheet. I think I added that post, but I think it was another $1,200 or so for that. Other options inside, which you really can't see, but I did get the front suspension lifter. That's so you can raise the front of the car when you're going up and down hills or parking. I think that's pretty important in a car like this. So $5,737 for that. And of course, if you want that, because the front lifts up, they have to put the adjustable headlights in to lower that. Not like you're driving like that. Just makes no sense to me. But anyways, you have to add that in. The adaptive headlights on the SF90 are $4,219. Those two options combined, just to get the front lift, is about $10,000. Pretty pricey, but I felt like I really needed that, and I used that a lot. Scrolling down, you can see I got the Alcantara inserts here. You can see some of the red stitching. And that's pretty much it for the PDF that goes over all the options I have. I think I got it all. So you got the carbon fiber racing seats. You got the racing seat lifter, the yellow calipers, black ceramic exhaust pipes, the Scuderia shields, the diamond cut rims, the lug nuts, the Alcantara inserts on the seats. We got the stitched headrest, the carbon driving zone with LEDs, rear parking camera. Wow, I got something for free, $0. Amazing. Oh, also added Apple CarPlay. Honestly, CarPlay in this car, not great. You get this little tiny screen down on the bottom, and it's not a touch screen. It's not great, but I have it. And I felt like the SF90, because if you look at the dash right here, has a much more expansive screen to look at. So let's take a look. You can see that it comes all the way across, and this is all touch. So I feel like the CarPlay experience in this car is going to be a much bigger screen. I have a feeling it'll take over a much larger portion of the screen in there. Although I've never seen it demoed, I felt like that was a good option to get as well. So that's pretty much it. That is the entire spec. You can see all the options here that I've got. We got the seats and everything I just went over, kind of in a summarized version right here. Here are some of the specs of the car that I went over. 0 to 60, 2.5 seconds. I think it's going to be quite a bit quicker than that. I've seen some videos of people racing around the track in this car and some of the speedos and launch control. This car is just going to be insane. It's going to be totally nuts. It's going to be awesome to have all-wheel drive hybrid power on the street, because you're not going to be limited to the drag strip to launch this car. It's going to go fast in just about any condition. Estimated quarter mile times, I don't know. Drop in the comments. What do you think this thing's going to run? I think with 1,000 horsepower, all-wheel drive, and instant torque of the electric motors, I think we're definitely going to see under 9.5 in the quarter mile. And I'm hoping, you know, over 150 mile an hour trap speeds. It might be even better than that. So there you go. That's a wrap. That is my spec of my SF90 Stradale. The total cost, as I'm scrolling down here on the sheet, is $560,284. I think there's a transportation cost on top of that, and like a $1,300 some Ferrari fee that I've seen on the sticker. So I'm expecting this car to come in at just under $570,000. I got notified that my build is actually officially locked in and done. I can't make any more changes. That means they're gathering together parts and scheduling my car for production, which I was told supposed to be of February. So if they make my car in February, I could have it March. That's just a few months away, and man, I cannot wait to get it. So my updated garage lineup was gonna be the Huracan Evo, the McLaren 765 LT, which should be here in a month, and I'll sell the Ferrari and pick up the SF90 Stradale, and of course, the Ford GT always stays. So let me know what you think of the spec that I designed here. And as always, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button, because we got a lot of new car stuff coming. 765 content, F8 content. I got some races that I haven't posted yet, and I'm gonna get those up in the next 2 weeks. Thanks for watching.